Giggles. Ray Kelly's here. Good morning, Ray. Mark White. TJ. What up, TJ?
What's happening?
What's that man?
What you up to this morning?
Well, I was just watching a ship I was thinking about going and getting, but I don't have anybody on the panel to take over.
Oh, well, I'm here. I can just talk to myself.
Well, if you think you can handle it, I'll be gone.
Well, I mean, if you want to like hold off for a little bit and wait till somebody else comes.
TJ, the ship is 10 minutes out, and I got to drive down there to get it.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you don't feel comfortable with doing it, that's okay.
I mean, I'll hang and wait for somebody else to come on if you want to go grab it right quick. I mean, I can just chill here.
Okay, you'll see the ship eventually on the big screen here.
Yeah. Looks like they're working on the bridge, I guess. It looks like.
Yeah. Now, if I can just stand up, we're on our way.
All right, have fun. Oh.
Do you see that? You just click OK?
Yeah. It's another Paul Murray. What's up, Justin?
What's up?
Hi, Justin. What's up, Mark? How y'all doing?
Well, I'm all right.
Uncle Ray, what's going on? probably would, John. Probably would.
Paul would never leave us. Paul barely leaves his house, let alone you want him to go to another state. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't even like going a mile down the road. Paul's very much
I'll be right back.
Oh man, my stomach.
Oh, Ed's here. Oh, he's on his phone. Uncle Ray. What's up?
Man, you got your own live stream, TJ.
Yep. Every morning.
Ray, Ed.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing, Mark?
Fine,
I'll be
Ray.
back, guys.
How you doing, Ed?
Doing very good, thanks. And you, sir?
All righty, trim the beard a little bit. Looking good, buddy. Looking good. Thing was, I thought I'd seen some birds like hanging out in there for a little while.
There were, man. There was a couple eggs, you know.
Oh, he must have got a Manscaped subscription or something.
Yeah.
They was laying eggs in there, I think.
I received it last night, Justin. Thanks.
And JDS.
You can only see the top of your head, Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always like that for some weird reason. I don't.
Oh.
He's outside having his morning cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm on my.
Well, except it's the middle of the afternoon, TJ.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is afternoon there, isn't it?
How's that better?
Yeah, they're 5 hours ahead of us.
Oh yeah.
Good morning,
I always
GDS.
forget.
Yeah, you see the top of my head because I'm reading the chat. So the camera's at the top of the phone, the chat's at the bottom of the phone.
Yeah, it's what, 2 o'clock there right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely sunny day, but it's only about 12 degrees.
No, that's not too bad.
Mark, where are you exactly?
Manchester.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me.
That's the big city, right, Mark?
Well, it's fairly big. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in one of the
Oh man.
outlying towns called Droylsden, just to the east, about 3.5 miles east of Manchester city centre.
Oh no.
Oh no, what, TJ? What'd you do?
Oh, now I can do the chat.
My wife got some flowers for teacher appreciation day or whatever yesterday, and one of the bouquets just kind of fell over.
You got to work today, TJ?
No, I'm off today, tomorrow, and Thursday.
Oh, that's like a
Doing good.
vacation. Mini
I know.
vacation.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you just did it that way with the schedule or whatever. But I think that what is it? So like the 19th or something. I gotta go in at 6 and stay till midnight because they're coming in. I guess every couple of months or so, a company comes in and cleans and waxes the floor and stuff like that. So somebody's got to stay and hang out there while they're there. So
I used to have to do that when I worked in a supermarket.
yeah,
Every 4 weeks or so, they'd ask you to work overtime if you wanted to and buff
Yeah.
out the floors. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
Walmart just
Like
has robots that do
last
that.
time I did that, they were supposed. I think they were supposed to show up like at 9 or whatever, and they ended up not coming. So I called my manager and told her that they weren't there. So she just told me to leave. I was like, all right.
No, Walmart's got like instead of the ride-on things, they're all robot now. And
Oh, robots, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They go through the store and they'll clean it and then they'll buff the floors. And they do it while customers are in there. They drive around customers and everything.
Oh,
There's one guy in the back room with the remote controller.
I mean, it still has a seat and a steering wheel, so you can sit on it and ride it if you want to manually do it. But otherwise, it's robotic. It just goes by
Nice.
itself.
that's cool. I've never seen that
Ed,
before.
where are you located, Ed?
I'm in Canada, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew you were in Canada. Okay. Yep. Manitoba. Wow.
Yeah, the coldest city.
Yeah.
Well, that's your guys' title in Canada is the coldest city or something?
Yeah, that's where we are. Yeah, you can ask GDS. He'll tell you.
What, are you like really far north or what?
No, we're in the center of Canada.
Manitoba.
Oh, so y'all don't live far from each other then?
Who?
You and John?
No, he's in Ottawa, so he's in the capital of Canada.
Oh,
Manitoba.
Where are you on the West Coast?
Central, right in the
Oh,
center
Central.
of Canada. I'm right in the
Okay.
center.
Oh my God, you're right up there. Holy.
Far, eh?
Yeah. You're almost up in
Sorry.
Hudson Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, they all live close together, TJ, because Canada's only the same size as the UK.
Okay.
No, we're not. We're bigger. We're bigger than UK. What are you talking
I
about?
went to Saskatchewan a few years, well, quite a few years back.
Oh, nice. That's only
Did some fishing there when I had a
6 to
TV
8
fishing
hours.
show.
Nice. It's only 6 to 8 hours from here.
Okay, yeah.
Ray, is your fishing show on YouTube or not?
Yeah, what is it? The Can-Am Highway, like a dirt road for, oh my God, 200 miles we had to drive on that thing.
All bumpy, eh?
It wasn't that bad, but you know, you go 55 miles, 60 miles an hour, and you got trucks coming the opposite way, and it was like a little nerve-wracking.
What did you come fish for? Catfish or just?
No, pike, northern pike.
Oh, nice, nice.
What's up, JDS?
Yeah. I mean, it was good, great fishing there.
Yeah, we get lots of Americans that come from the States for catfish and stuff.
Yeah, Ron Lockwood went up there to go bear hunting.
Yeah.
not too
Oh,
long
I'm
ago.
sorry, Justin. I didn't realize you were there. I recognize the voice, but I don't see your picture.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
can look up-
Justin's in his underwear. That's why he doesn't come wearing. So he's sitting in
He's
his
always
underwear.
he's always hiding. He doesn't want to be on TV. DJ,
Yo.
I'll show you something that I got yesterday. Hold on.
All right. What's Cheryl up to this morning, Uncle Ray?
I guess she's watching the news in bed. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Having coffee, watching the news. She's checking out
Oh,
Facebook.
That's cool, Ed.
Hold on. I'll
What
show
is
you.
it?
Gotta turn his background off.
Looks like there's a delay. I got a delay on the YouTube on my computer.
Yeah, there's always about
Oh,
a
that's cool.
20 to 30-second delay on YouTube from Zoom.
That's pretty
Oh yeah,
awesome.
nice. TJ, who does your shirts? Who makes your shirts?
Well, I did have Al's daughter Christina make them for me, but I kind of like I haven't had one made in a while because I don't know, it's kind of like with money and stuff like that. Like I haven't really had a shirt made in a while. I mean, I should call her, see if she can update my shirt and do a new logo and stuff like that. So
Yeah, if
I
you're
think
doing
when
them,
I-
they're pretty cheap.
when I hit the lottery, that's when I'll make some more shirts when I hit the lottery.
Like my sister's got one of those machines for doing shirts, and if you do it yourself, it's really cheap. I mean, you're
Yes,
pretty much
Johnny-
paying for the
Yeah,
cost. of the
Johnny
shirt.
does it himself. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a machine, but I don't know where I'd put it though if I did get one.
Those machines
What's up, Brenda?
they're not cheap though, TJ. They're
No.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You
not.
get like 500 shirts for the price of a machine.
Yeah.
It cost me $40 for the sweater.
Yeah, and if
Oh.
she does, she's got an embroidering machine that does 4 colors, and that was expensive.
That's cool with the embroidery. I like the embroidery.
Yeah.
I mean, just the 4-color machine is really expensive.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't Jeremy make you some things, TJ?
He made each of us like the magnets, and he made like all the poker chips and stuff, and then what else? I think that's about it. He just made the magnets and the poker.
I thought he had a store set up for you though.
Yeah, he did, but I told him to take it down because Al was talking to me, and Al and I had a conversation one day, and I just told him to take it down, and I didn't think it was fair because everybody sends me free stuff, and I thought it wouldn't be fair if I made people pay for their stuff when people would send me just not make them pay or whatever. So
I paid you for my T-shirt.
yeah. But
Yeah, and then
I don't know. I just
well, the thing with those stores, if you don't take off the profit sharing, like what you make off a profit, that's so expensive. Like a t-shirt's like $30-$40.
Right.
yeah.
If you have any profit on it, and even when you take the profit off those stores, it's still a little pricey.
I got a store for my coffee mugs, and the same thing, you know, Teespring. You know, if I've sold 6 of them, it's a lot.
I still got that one that you gave me, the one that didn't come out too well, the defected one.
Who gave you that?
You.
No, you're talking about the Adventures in Fishing one?
No. Hold on.
I don't give out defective cups. What are you talking about?
Good morning, Brenda.
DJ about to get sued for slander.
This could be embarrassing. No, I don't know what TJ is going to show.
This one. You gave me this one because it was defected.
Oh yeah, you're right. That one was defective. That's why I fired that company.
That's why you give it to you, TJ, guy.
Yeah, because it was defected.
Yeah, there was no charge for that one.
That's funny.
He had forgot about that. Now you brought it back memory. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, forgot all about that one.
Yeah.
Was that the only one, Mr. Ray, that was in the package?
Excuse me?
Was that the only one that was in the package? That was
Yeah, I would order them individually. I forget who that was from. That one. Oh, Vistaprint, I think. Vistaprint.
Donald, why is your camera looking up at the ceiling?
Because it's my iPad.
What's up, Brenda? Oh,
Who's
you
in there,
use
Don?
Justin,
Oh,
why
yeah,
the hell
Don.
are you judging where my camera's pointed? You just shut up, Justin. You stay in your lane. You figure out what you're doing. You don't even have a camera on.
yeah. You tell them. You tell them.
There, how about that?
Hey, Don, where's Fisheye? I haven't seen Fisheye in many, going on a year now.
He's in a box over
Kill him?
there.
Don,
He's in a box. He hasn't been out.
Don, why is your
You got
camera
him
so
in
low?
captivity?
He's in captivity.
I
I
just
thought he was on a.
haven't been able to think of anything to do with him.
I thought he was on a bender in Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he took off. Last I heard, he was in Bolivia somewhere.
He was in Bolivia. Bolivia. That's funny.
You know, I have the camera pointed in this direction for a reason. Because my desk is a total mess. But I'll show it to you anyway.
Oh goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Good
Just joking.
I have
God.
a lot of knickknacks on my desk.
You're gonna make. You're gonna make
Now,
the
Uncle Ray,
Dustin
I gotta tell
paranoid
you,
now.
Justin is very anal about the way people have their things, because when Paul showed his desk, there were all kind of cobwebs and like cords all over the place, and it was just one big mess.
Oh, Paul's desk is a wiring nightmare.
Oh, the wiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
A freaking fire hazard is what that is.
And then I had to add my new earbuds right there. They're charging up right there.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, I should try them because I'll hear better if I wear them.
Good morning,
Jody?
Frank.
Which ones are better? Those are the ear muffs.
I'm trying to get used to these earbuds.
Yeah, when you get new earbuds, they're always sore. They're always sore for the first few days. Your ears will be sore till you get used to them.
That's what she said.
Mhm.
Much better. Can you hear me just the same?
Yeah.
Be a
Yeah.
bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, my son got me these.
Yep. Okay. And these are like hearing aids too, but I got to figure out how to program them.
Yeah, they're soft, the earbuds, which I cannot stand the Apple earbuds because they're hard and they just hurt. It's like I
Yeah.
don't understand how people.
Well, you know what it was? I had the same issue, Don, on my old Apple earbuds,
Mhm.
but these have a bigger like cushion, so they're much more comfortable.
That's good.
Yeah, the newer Apple earpods have they have
Have a
the little
squishy.
rubber things now. Yeah, they're not the hard plastic anymore.
You're an
prefer-
Apple,
if
Justin.
I'm
You're
gonna
an
be
Apple
editing
guy.
for.
Are you an Apple?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I prefer if I'm gonna be editing for a while to use cans over the ear headphones, but having earbuds are very convenient to have something like this going on, and I can get up and I can walk across the room and.
No, my wife and my daughters are all Apple fans, but I'm not. I don't like
okay.
Apple.
How's your wife doing? Good.
Oh yeah, they're all doing good.
Tell her I said hello, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Paul,
they've not seen Sarah in the chat for ages.
Yeah, she just randomly pops in whenever she feels like it.
Yeah.
When she's at work though, she's always listening to those like murder mystery things. You know, you know how girls like that kind of stuff.
I gotta go get more coffee.
She claims she'd be able to. She knows how to hide a body. Now, if you actually look at that though, like murder mystery, like murder podcasts and stuff, the highest consumer of those is definitely women by far.
It's easy, bro. Just
And they
tie
always
it.
start off at the same. In a small, quaint town where you could leave your doors unlocked, there was murder.
It was murder.
To neighbors and family, they seemed like the perfect couple.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Jason?
But this
Good morning,
quiet suburban
everybody.
home held a dark secret.
Hi, Jason.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That would rock the community to its core.
Yep, that's the famous line. Rock the community to its core.
Wow. What a delay.
Good morning, Captain Joe.
Morning, Joe.
I'll check in on that.
Captain Joe in the house.
Carry on. What's going on, fellas? Good morning,
Oh,
Paul.
we're just
Paul,
chilling.
how
Morning,
many guys
everybody.
can you have on, Paul?
What's that?
How many people can you have on the panel?
100?
100, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoom, it's like 100, and then if you have the enterprise account, it's like 1,000 or something. Crazy.
Oh, wow.
But that's more for like if you were doing
A
like
group meeting.
a group meeting, but you would have everybody muted, so you would more or less just be giving a presentation to that many people. Can you imagine
Yeah.
1,000 people
Gosh.
being on a panel, all
No.
talking? Jesus, that'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
if you're
Lord.
like teaching a class or something
And
like
TJ
that.
laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Jason.
Hey,
Seminar.
Jason. How you doing, Jason?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Ray.
Good, good, thanks.
Ray, what's new with you? Anything?
No, not really. I've been flying looking for that missing person, you know. But actually, I haven't been flying the past 2 days because the weather hasn't cooperated.
I thought they found him.
No, they haven't found him yet.
Oh, so the
No.
body they found was somebody else.
Yeah,
How
that
long
was
has he been missing?
bad info, actually. That was bad info. I shouldn't even put it up until I confirmed it. Yeah.
What happened exactly?
A gentleman who was 29 years old went for a swim at 9 p.m. at night in the ocean,
Oh wow.
and he
You know
didn't
how
return.
it turned out, right?
Say that
I saw
again,
the
Paul?
movie.
I say, you know how that turned out, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hopefully they find him. Somebody finds him. Hey, Frank, how you doing?
Maybe
I
a
saw the
James has
movie
been
when that
missing
girl
already.
was doing that night. Jaws.
Ray, did you see Joe how scarred he is?
I know. How you feeling, Joe?
I'm feeling okay. I got some stuff I got to rub on it now.
Antibiotic?
Gosh. That's
Yeah.
crazy
Oh my
looking.
God, it got worse looking.
Well, it's all the blood pooling and everything.
Yeah, wow. You didn't need any
Jason,
stitches.
I
No
was in a
stitches,
fight with a
though, huh?
ninja.
That's what he tells all
was telling-
the clerks at the store or whatever. He says, "Yeah, I was attacked by ninjas and I beat their ass." You know.
You gotta have a cool story. You know, you gotta have a cool story.
Yeah, I actually told
I was telling Josh in the chat. I was like, man, it looked like a couple of zombie bites or something.
Yeah, I was telling
Any story has to be better than I got in a fight with my toy.
Yeah.
Turning.
Yeah, she at
It
Walmart
was turning.
yesterday asked me, and I said, a guy pulled out a knife, hit me a couple of times, and he's no longer around.
Did it hurt, Joe? Did it hurt?
I'll be honest with you, it was all adrenaline that kicked in. Because it didn't really hurt. I didn't even know I was cut until I went to do something. I noticed blood was rolling all over my arm.
And you were by yourself, right?
I was by myself. There was people at Mandeville by the school. And one of them actually drove by me, and he right after that happened. But if I needed somebody, I had somebody. But I looked at it, and I went and got some stuff out of my car, cleaned it up real quick because I got a first aid kit, and looked at it, and I said, well, you know what? It's not. I said, let me go to the hospital. And I started going to the hospital, and I was watching, and it really wasn't bleeding anymore. So I said, well, if I was picking somebody up in an ambulance, I wouldn't bring them to the hospital for this. So I just cleaned it up real good and put some liquid bandage to keep it in place.
Yeah, you got the first aid training. Yeah.
And the doctor told me, he said, you did perfect. He said, because it's not, he said, if I do anything, he said, if I go in there today to see if there's anything like infection or clean it up, all I'm going to do is hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, they're definitely going to, he said, just to base on the side of being, right, we're going to go ahead and do a tetanus because the last one I had was in 2018.
Okay. Yep.
How long
Definitely
are those
got it.
good for?
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Okay.
But he gave me as a combination. I can't remember all the shit in it. It was like 3 different things in it. But I sent all the information to DJI, and within about an hour, they sent me back real quick. That we really concerned about your injury and all of this, and that we're waiting for the drone, and we've got your flight records, and we're analyzing everything, and we want to rectify this, really soon, and get you back, because we know you didn't expect our drone to do this. That's how they put it. So they've already seen the flight records.
It's going to be interesting to see what DJI actually says happened, if they tell you the truth.
Well, like I told them, I said, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I said, when I was bringing it in to land, I said, and I've done this with that drone 204 times. I said, so it's not the first time I've done this. I brought it in and I was hovering. And I said, because a lot of times I hover and then I take a picture or I do a drone from the same place.
Right.
I said, but I brought it in. And as I was starting to land it, I said, I was pushing forward in cine mode, obstacle avoidance on, and the stick was going down. It was going down, started to beep, and then all of a sudden just sped up and came right at me.
Wow. Well, look what happened to Rob Kamada's drone that time. He just lost total control of it.
I know. It could be anything. It could have been a signal, hit it and glitched it.
I don't know if
So
they
I
could
went
ever
back.
figure that out, though, because, I mean, really, to figure it out, you'd have to recreate the exact, conditions you were in.
Yes.
You were outside, car, weather conditions. I don't
What
know.
time?
Well-
What time was it, Joe, when it happened?
Shoot, it probably was about 2:30, 3 o'clock, 2:30. So everything was sunny. It was good weather. The only thing I'm thinking is he caught a reflection of something off my tailgate and may have done something like that. But yesterday, I actually went back yesterday to Mandeville, took a picture of the car in the same place it was, so I could send them the picture, show them how the car was. They wanted that too. And I said, this is the area I was in. There was nobody here with me. I said this, and I showed them. And the day before yesterday, I was out at the same place. I was doing the poker run with the Air 2S, and I brought it back by the car. The same thing. I stepped away from the car this time, you know, and,
Didn't
and,
happen.
and every time I tried to bring it any further than it was, it would beep and go up there to us. So
Up.
it's telling me, I really think the obstacle avoidance failed a second.
Right.
And it could be because it was that old. It was 2 years old. It could have been something like that, a glitch in it, in the software.
And you better tell
Did
Johnny,
you do any recent updates, by the way?
No.
Okay.
I think the last update was around the time the flip came out.
Yeah.
I'll tell Johnny to take that electromagnet out of your landing pad.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Now, if Johnny would have been there, I'd have blamed it on him.
Yeah, of course.
I said, why'd you arm your drone when I was bringing it in? You
I
know?
told you he was in a bush with another controller.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
But all
Paul, TJ did a great job while you were gone.
TJ has the personality. He could be a host on any show.
Yeah, you only got your channel 2 strikes while you were gone.
well,
Right,
you got-
TJ?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
He's Mr. Personality.
well, Justin, it couldn't be any worse than Paul getting everything else taken down. You know?
Yeah, Joe, I still don't know why I am permanently removed from YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Facebook.
Facebook.
What you need to do is contact Facebook. And that last email you got said you were permanent. Let them know that these are my 2 channels. I lost my password on this and can't get in it. I have been on it for this long. I'm trying to get back on it under this channel. How do I get back on it here? I said, because I started a new channel and that's when y'all banned me.
Well, I know why his new channel got banned. It clearly.
Oh, I
said
do,
it in the
but
email.
I would put all that in there, bring both channels in there, say, this is me. This is the same person. Call me at this number and I'll talk to you.
Well, the thing of it is when I went to try and sign in on each of those channels, the banned ones, it wanted an identity, and it took a picture of me on my camera.
Right.
And then it's like, boom,
Yeah, after he did that, I got the email about an hour later saying that the verification didn't meet
Why
their
would you get an
standards.
email?
Because I set it up for Paul.
He set it up for me.
I got you.
Because I have access to most of Paul's stuff because he keeps losing the passwords.
And because he's not right in the head anymore, He's getting old and senile.
Justin, I would send Paul's phone number in there. I'll send an email back to him. Tell him, look, this is my 2 channels. I'm trying to get back on it. And I need to get back on this channel. Tell him what I do. I shoot ships at the thing. And this is where I primarily post everything. And tell him, give him his phone number so you can call me at my number and I'll talk to you.
Well, I'd have to find an email for Facebook because the emails they send, you can't respond to those.
They do not reply.
No.
Yeah,
right.
That doesn't allow replies to go through.
I didn't realize you could actually get a response in the email or contact Facebook because I've tried it many, many times and I couldn't do it.
Oh, you think like Facebook would have as much stuff as they do, you would think they would actually have a customer call center.
Yes.
Stuff like that. And they don't.
Well,
I mean, and it's a pain in the ass.
Lloyd lost his and Lloyd talked to people. So Lloyd knows a number.
They do have a customer
really?
call center. But the problem is you are not the customer. You are the product customer or the advertisers.
You got a number, Don? I'll try calling them.
You're not a customer. You're the product. They don't care about you. They care about the customer.
How did Lloyd actually call them then?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right,
Lloyd.
fellas, have a great day.
But
All right,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Jason.
We'll see
Have a
you.
good one, man.
Have a good one, Jason.
But yeah, I was monitoring all the emails, and then the second email he got, it said that he could not reappeal it. The appeal process was closed permanently, and you cannot reply to the email. But like I said, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get up with them. Same with YouTube. YouTube actually does have an 800 number, but if you call it, they'll tell you, oh, well, we're really not allowed to do anything with customer accounts. We just tell you what to do. And I'm like, well, what's the point of your job then?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're literally just spewing back the crap that's already told to you on the online forums. Like, there's no point in your
Yeah.
job at that point.
Right.
But yeah,
Is that are people typing in the chat? Because mine seems to be stuck.
No, not yet. No.
No.
Well, you can always refresh it. Just hit live chat again.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I did
anything
that.
since Frank
Yeah,
and
then
Ray Kelly.
then it's
Frank
fine.
Rizzo was the last comment I got.
That's the last
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah.
Jody.
Sometimes the chat will be flying through, and then sometimes it just sits for a while.
Yeah, Frank's Jody's evil twin.
Hey, Justin,
Yeah,
when you were
Jody-
sick,
Sunstar.
Frank
Good
are-
morning.
Do
Here you go,
what?
TJ.
What is it?
Doodle Bob. That's SpongeBob's evil twin.
Oh, that's funny.
Doodle Bob.
Doodle
Yeah, Doodle Bob.
That's funny.
And what it's for is it sits on your desk and holds the pen.
Oh, that's cool. You 3D print that?
DJ wants one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I want one. That's funny.
That's funny.
I got to mail one to my son so he can put it on his desk in the Marine Corps.
Oh, there you go.
How's it going for Justin today? Today's a big day, right, Captain Joe?
9:30, 1 hour.
Okay,
Why,
let me
what's going
know.
on?
Please let me
what,
know.
what are you doing at 9:30?
My son's got that interview for Slidell Police Department. Now, 3 people. Now, this is the thing. He was talking to me yesterday, and I went back and I remembered because, like I said, Slidell Police Academy is who trained him. And the chief of police came up to Justin. I was standing there afterwards and said, look, if you want to leave Covington, come to us. So he's got the meeting with the chief, the deputy chief that was at the class, and he's got 3 of the instructors on the board that were that taught him. So he knows all 5 people on the board. So unless he goes in there and he's just completely an idiot, you know.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah.
Yeah, he should be. He's thinking that because of the way the shifts are running right now, he knows the schedule. He says, I got a feeling I'll be next Wednesday. I'll be working.
Good. Because we got
Yeah, he's
we
ready
got
to get
we
back.
got to add another patch to the collection.
I'll get you one. Yeah, I'll be able to get you one. I've got one I know you want.
Which one is that?
I've got one from back when I was a kid, New Orleans Police Department.
Oh, that's probably a whole different design then, right?
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, what it was it was a hand sewn patch because they didn't have any sewing machines back then. That was
No, it was a real patch. It's actual. It's got the circle, the crescent, and everything, and it says New Orleans Police.
Well,
I've had one
I'm
of
sure-
those since I was about 19.
I'm sure you know that you can go buy the T-shirts, right? You
Right.
go in the precinct and they sell them in vending machines. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the actual patches or just like t-shirts?
T-shirts.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
shirt.
and I didn't, I've never seen that. So I
Go in
asked
there
the
and buy a
guy,
whole
on the
uniform.
desk, and he says, "Yeah, well, you just got to put your money in, and you'll get a T-shirt."
That was where in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah, right on
Yeah.
Bourbon. Well, I forget exactly what street that precinct is on.
It's
but-
Royal Street. It's on Royal Street.
Royal, right? Yeah, Royal Street.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah, I
First
went in
District.
there and I got the shirt, blue. It's blue, and it's called like Cops Aid. It's like for the foundation, the police foundation.
Right. Yeah, that's a tourist area. That's what it is.
Yeah.
that's like you
Yeah, I'm
go
thinking it
into,
had to be. Yeah, you're right.
that's like you go in the sheriff's department here, and Grady's got all kinds of shit for sale, bobbleheads.
Oh, do you know
Yeah.
Grady, Justin?
I've never got to meet him, but I love him. He's
He's the best. I
Yeah,
put it up all
he's
the
awesome.
time. He's the best sheriff in America.
But he sells bobbleheads and he's got little toy cars you can buy, and that's what it all goes to. Is charities of his for the
I got a
police
bunch of
department.
I got a bunch of patches, extra patches here.
Did you
I
ever
don't
get
got
one of
no
his?
room. Yeah, it's up here. Old one though. Polk County. I asked him for a new
Okay.
one, but he didn't send it to me. You see it?
Yeah, yeah. They're actually doing a hiring event. So is Winter Haven PD here. They're doing a hiring thing. And they actually pay for you while you're in the academy, which apparently
is good.
not a normal thing, I guess. But they're offering like you get over like $3,000 a month while you're in the academy.
You should apply, Doug, Justin.
Hey, Justin
There's
got paid.
one from Canada. Royal
Wow.
Canadian Mounted
Oh,
Police.
Royal Canadian RCMP, nice.
Yeah, Justin was commissioned, was pre-commissioned. He had his police officer ID and everything when he went to the academy, and he was getting regular pay.
Yeah, that's good.
And they gave him a car, so he had a car to go back.
In
and
the
forth.
academy?
Yeah,
Oh wow, that's different. That says a lot.
Oh yeah, down here they're offering I think was it a $5,000 sign-on bonus for
Yeah,
anybody.
but they don't
I
pay it until you stay for 2 years, though, right?
I think you get a little bit every 4 months or something for the first year or two. It's like a little bit extra on each paycheck or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But I know
Are you,
they're
are you
offering
going to
that.
apply? You going to apply, Jet?
No,
Justin?
that's for actually most of those programs are for people that want to come from out of state and work.
Oh yeah, right.
They're
Yeah.
to try to offer for officers and first responders to come down
With
here.
experience, yeah.
Because
Mhm.
they're offering it to medical workers, like firefighters, paramedics, and police officers and stuff like that. But he said he's got so many stacks of applications from people out of state. He said he just has too many.
that's a cool one.
Yeah, was that a tire with wings on it?
It's a flywheel, they call it. When you're in highway
Oh.
patrol, you get these.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or on your motorcycle cop, you get these.
Oh, that's neat.
The good news is that Justin, since he's been in civil service so long, that if he gets hired this week, no matter what, state pay will backdate to the last date he worked.
That's great.
So he won't lose the month and a half of state pay. He'll get that in his next check. As soon as they sign him back up, commission him again, he gets his state pay.
So
Oh,
that makes
dude.
no break in his pension.
That's good.
No. And that's 600 extra state pay that he'll pick up 1,200 right off the bat.
You always know too when the state troopers go by down here, man. A lot of them in my area are driving like Hellcats and shit. They'll come by, come racing by.
There's another Canadian patch.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
The Cabaret, when I was working EMS, they offered me over, Gretna PD wanted me to come to work for them. They had their own EMS department, but everybody that worked EMS was commissioned. And my wife said, I don't want you out there carrying a gun. So
Really?
we had an argument about it and didn't do it. And then my cousin later on, and he works at West Wego, they were going to commission all of their medics. And he called me up and he said, come work for me. He said, you'll get your commission and then you'll work for me and you got it all. And that was after the divorce. I said, sure, put my name down. And then they decided the city council wouldn't do it. They wouldn't,
That's
they
too
wouldn't
bad.
commission them. They said, you can stay medics with us and work for us, part of the department, but we're not going to commission you.
I
Yeah,
thought
Jason-
I thought I had a New Orleans patch, but I guess it was in my old collection.
I have to go find it and I'll show you next time I get it. I
Jason
know
was-
about where it's at.
Jason was talking the other night about how he wanted to join the like part-time where you can work part-time as a police officer.
Well, Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA.
But then he said his wife doesn't like the idea. And I was like, I don't really blame her. I was like, you do your old job, probably kept her up a lot. I was
Yeah.
like, you know, because he was a SEAL and those guys are gone for
Oh,
months
was
at
he?
a time. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
tried I tried clicking on that link that you sent me, Ray, on Messenger. I tried clicking on it to see like if it would bring up like an application of some kind. But then when I did, it just brought up like the picture. I guess I have to go actually.
You thought about the Coast Guard? It might have been.
Yeah.
That's probably a screenshot I sent you.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah, but-
the ironic part is she didn't want me to be a cop. And right after we went through all of that with her, it was about within 2 weeks, and for the next like 3 months, my unit and other people I was with were shot at 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I used to watch that show Night Watch. Did you ever watch that, Joe?
A couple of times.
Orleans
Yeah.
ambulance. That was part
Yeah.
of it. They had the police sometimes, and then they had the ambulance crew on there.
Yeah, and that was health department, NOP health department that did it. Yeah, we worked as I worked for American Medical Response, and that was a backup to New Orleans Health. And then I worked for West Jeff EMS, that was the 911 service. And we used to work hand in hand with the cops over on the West Bank. But we worked every place we knew them all because we were out there so much. And I remember we were going into a housing project one time. We had to pick up this is the amount of pull we had. We were pulling up to pick up a quadriplegic that he was having breathing problems, and we had to get him to the hospital. Now you couldn't take him on the stretcher. You had to go get him in the stretcher and bring him down on the stretcher, and he's winding stairs. So it always took 2 units. So we get in there and we bring in the stretcher in, and they got a girl sitting on the porch right there in the way. And she moves over a little bit, and I said, "Darling, do me a favor." Real nice to her. I said, "Darling, do me a favor. When we come back down, please get out the way because we're going to need you to move." I don't have to move for you. I turned around and then I kicked in, my Marine kicked in. I said, "Bitch, listen to me." I said, "If you don't get off these stairs real quick," I said, "I'll push you off these stairs and I'll get you arrested before I leave here." She goes, "You can't tell me that." And the police pulled up, they walked over, turned her around, cuffed her.
Oh, they locked her up? Oh,
They
cool.
locked her up that quick for
Yeah, he
interfering
said-
with us.
He said, "Cool."
I said, "Bitch, listen." Yeah. But that was my button. Somebody pushed my button. The first thing out of my mouth was, "Bitch, listen."
Did the guy make it?
Oh yeah, this guy, we used to pick him up about once a month. Something always come up where he was getting clogged up.
All right, I'm out.
A
I'll
lot
catch
of
y'all
times
later.
we get up there, suction him out, and he was fine.
How long did you do that for, Joe?
I did it for about 4 years.
Yep.
The night I decided not to do it was my daughter was 2 years old. My son was almost 2 years old. My son was just about to be born, and I'm sitting at the corner of Tulane. Now this is the 3rd incident now. Let's go back a few weeks. We were going up, me and another guy, in a housing project. We walked up on a drug deal. We're running down the stairs with them shooting at us.
Oh,
And we're
wow.
hollering, we're medics. Then about a week later, I'm driving down. I see a police officer on a motorbike dropping his bike and sliding his bike. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And he's sliding on the ground, reaching for his weapon. And we're watching this, and it's all in front of me. And these guys are running around the corner, and he's shooting back at them, and they're shooting at him.
Gun battle.
So we just
Yeah.
put it in reverse and backed up, you know? And then I walked into a house to drop somebody off, and there's Uzis and drugs and everything all over the table. And I just backed out, got in the unit and left. Now, this
Yep.
was all in a 3-week period. And then we're sitting
Wow.
at Tulane and LaSalle at night. Car pulls up alongside of us. And I was turned on to Tulane. He pulled alongside me. I went to make a turn. My partner said, "Stop, there's a car right there." And I went, "Where'd he come from?" Didn't see him. And he got in between me on the shoulder. So he went up and he got next to this other car. We pulled up behind the car. He stands out into the car.
You
They
witnessed
shooting
it?
back at, well, we're within 3 feet of it.
Yeah.
So he's shooting into the car. The guy in the car is shooting back at him. And all of a sudden, I see flashing from down the street. And I'm looking, and my partner's hollering, "We got a 108. We need some help right here. We got shots fired." 42P. And he's hollering it out. And I said, "Stop moving around like that," because he's moving around. I don't want him to get anybody's attention. I said, "Stop moving like this." And I'm seeing flashes coming down the street. It was Tulane Medical Center police shooting at them with us in back. And then
Oh, wow.
Tulane Medical Center on this side starts shooting. There's a guy in a 66 Mustang. He got hit. The car got hit and he spun out. And then they start shooting. And all of a sudden I hear like this. And I stopped and I went, what the hell?
Right
And a
into
bullet
the
come in.
ambulance?
A bullet came in behind me, hit the oxygen tank, came right back out.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I sat there, and then wait, this is the best part. He drives this way, he drives this way. Like
Wow.
we don't even know if anybody got shot, right? So I'm sitting there, and I get the mic and I go, 42P. I said, send me a supervisor. I said, we're here. We have been hit. The unit has been hit. Like that, it's a 10-4, and everybody got quiet. They come back, are you okay? I said, we're fine. Unit does have a bullet hole in it. Like this. When Hank came over to me, he looked at me and he said, are you all right? I said, yeah, I quit. I said, that's it. I'm done.
I think they wear bulletproof vests now, I think. But
Some of
I
them
don't
do.
know.
New Orleans, they do.
Yeah.
NOHD does now. But it was just a little spring, it happened for a little bit of time. But I was thinking, shoot, my son's getting ready to be born. I haven't even had a son. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that thing could have blew up that oxygen tank right behind me.
Yeah.
It's like
Crazy.
I went home,
Crime
my
is
wife looked
crime
at,
is out of control. It really is.
yeah.
It's gotten so much worse over the years.
And that was 20 years ago. That was actually 28 years ago. Because she's 30 now. And I just said, I'm done. I wasn't making enough money to be shot at. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a scary thing for sure.
Well, honestly, I'll tell you, TJ, I don't even think I was scared. Because I guess the Marine Corps did that to me. But it was like, I knew how to avoid the situation if I had to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, like I said, 2 years ago, I'm sitting at the basketball game, shooting basketball, and it's right before the half, and I got I see it's like right about the end, the ball is tipped, comes off the rim, hits the ground. I reach the camera up to shoot the buzzer, and all of a sudden there's this like explosion, bam, right next to me. The guy had thrown the ball from the other end of the court. And it brushed my arm right here.
Ooh.
And it went bam, and I went. And everybody looked at me and said, you didn't even jump. I said, I was in the Marines. What do you expect? I said,
Wow.
that wasn't nothing. But that's happened to me 3 or 4 times, and I don't even flinch.
Damn.
It's like, if
Paul,
it's
is
that
there-
loud next to me,
Paul-
I'm dead,
Paul, is there much crime up by you there?
He's muted.
Muted.
He's muted.
You're
He's
muted.
You're
ed-
muted, Paul. Muted. You're
he'll
muted.
be- Paul will be editing the chip he's just filmed.
I'm 60 miles north of Detroit, Ray. So I don't. We get a little bit up up the freeway, but
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where I am. I'm like 50 miles outside of New York City.
yeah.
East.
So and mostly it's breaking and enterings here and that kind of thing. It isn't physical crime, although we do have it once in a while, but not.
Yeah. What town do you live in, Paul?
Port Huron.
Right. I probably have it in my phone, but
Yeah, Port Huron is right across from Sarnia, Ontario. We have the Blue Water Bridges, like right there.
so that brings you right into Canada?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's an international port over to where Ed lives.
Okay.
Ed's
Yeah.
Najin, right? Ed,
Hey,
you're Najin, right?
what do you mean?
That's what they call them, Najins.
Canadian. Major.
And Captain Ray, the only crime, there's about 3 to 4 times a day crime happens up there. It's when Paul goes out there flying.
You know, when
Oh,
I
you-
first started
Paul, you're
flying-
gonna go to Canada and get that Mavic 4?
Yeah.
when I first started flying here, Ray, it was a regular when I'd fly, police would show up and want to see my credentials and everything. And now they just go by and wave, you know.
Somebody did try and attack police headquarters the other month with an Air 2S, didn't you, Paul?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too that really helps is the fact the last time they showed up, I showed them my credentials and I says, I'm a good friend of Captain Joe's. Do you know him? After that, they left me alone.
That pulls a lot of weight.
Yeah, it does.
You made me get that finger, Paul.
TJ, were you with us when we were approached with the Palm Beach County Sheriff down in Lake Worth Beach? Were you there that morning?
I think so.
What are you saying if he doesn't remember?
Well, we were told we were not allowed to fly there because they passed the city ordinance, a local city ordinance.
So
No,
did
maybe
you
I was.
did you
Maybe I
straighten him
wasn't
out,
there, I
right?
don't know.
Yeah, we left.
Oh, okay.
I know I was-
doesn't
I was-
leave too
I was
many
with-
places, do you, TJ? Once you go someplace, you're there.
Yeah. I remember getting kicked out from when I was with Al when we were flying the Hard Rock Hotel. They told us we couldn't fly like in like the.
Oh, were you there
where
that
the-
morning too? Was I there?
I think
I was there.
Yeah. But we could where the McDonald's is, we could park in there and fly from the McDonald's.
Right.
So
Yep.
So you guys
again,
got-
that's private property.
yeah.
But Al got kicked out of McDonald's too, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty
God.
sure. That's what he told me.
So we can't fly the Hard Rock no more.
Well, you can. The shopping center next to McDonald's now.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can't you guys take off from the sidewalk?
Yeah, that's exactly.
yeah.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay. That's what we do here. We're only like we can't take off from private parking lots unless you ask for permission.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're in the sidewalk, you're allowed to.
Or you're Captain Joe because he can fly anywhere.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he's got a special permit. You
gotta try.
you got a presidential permit, didn't you, Joe?
No, I just get out there and I flash this. Hold on. I just get out there and I wear this in my vest. You leave me alone.
Captain Joe can fly anywhere so long as there's no poles in the area.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have a pole.
That's okay. My prime minister is coming to see your Donald Trump today. They're gonna have a meeting.
Yeah, they'll become friends.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna.
no.
He's gonna.
When you,
He's gonna
when
let
you
it-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Captain Joe, when you hit that pole, did you lose the drone that time or no? It just bounced
Oh, that
off.
drone. Oh, that drone shattered.
And it's at the bottom of the pole, by the pole?
It's in Lake
Ended
Pontchartrain
up in the
somewhere.
wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere out there. Yeah, I had
Okay.
State Farm insurance. It happened on a Saturday. Wednesday, I had my check.
Thought that guy found it for you, him and his son.
And did they drop you or no?
No.
See, now Steve Barnett, he had one incident. He put in the claim and they dropped him.
Wow. No,
Which
they haven't dropped mine.
Hey, Joe had that much influence. The next day, the pole had gone.
Yeah, that's the funny part about the whole thing. It was about a week later, the police said, I said, what happened to the pole that was out there? And they said, what are you talking about? I said, the pole that was right there. I said, I hit it about a week ago. Yeah, because it was one of the guys my son knew. And he says, I have no idea. So I'm on the way back down the road. It's a single lane road. And he's flying up behind me with his lights on. So I pull over to get out of his way. He pulls up behind me and I said, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I figured it was because of the pole, right? So he comes up to him and he says, let me tell you what happened with that pole. I said, what do you mean? He says, somebody came out and looked at it from the city and said, what's this pole? They never put it out there, found out it wasn't a city, it was city property. So they pulled it up and somebody had drilled into the cement and it had solar power on the top.
Oh, really?
So somebody stuck it out there so they could see when they came in where it was. So they took it off.
How thick a pole was it? A wooden pole or a metal pole? Or
Oh, it was a metal pole with a light on top.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, so somebody's pole destroyed my drone. It was about a year ago.
I remember.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm on it making money.
Good morning,
So,
Johnny.
Johnny said, "Sure, Joe."
Hey, Ray, Frank asked you a question.
What's that?
Ray, Frank asked you a question.
Oh,
On the
did he?
chat.
I'm sorry. I'm not looking. I'm eating and talking.
What's the question?
Let's see. If you need a drone, or just drive across the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, there you
I've
go.
done that before, and
Yeah.
when I went over there for my friend Joe, and I get back and he doesn't want.
no, you didn't. We all go back and look at that stream.
Joe told me, yeah, go get it. I want
I said,
that.
you did not get it.
Yeah.
Johnny, look at Johnny. Johnny's lurking now. He's saying I'm lying. Look at it.
Oh, yeah?
Sure, that was a
You
pole
gotta
there.
watch
Yeah,
Johnny.
sure.
Yeah, Paul went over to Canada and bought 3 Neos.
Yep.
Hey, you can't get Neos here no more. They got them in Canada?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah. What I do is I go to Best Buy and then I put in Sarnia, Ontario. That's only like 5 miles across the border.
I did not see a Mavic 4 trailer, Johnny. Where'd you see it at? I have not seen one. It's not even on their site.
I think somebody sent me a little clip for the Mavic 4. I
Yeah,
forgot
they
who
got
it
one on
was.
their site. On their site.
I'm sorry,
They haven't
Paul.
sent an
Got a
email out.
meeting.
Oh, hey, I eat on the panel all the time, and like my whole face.
Oh,
like,
he eats cereal out of a bowl.
Animal
Ray.
crackers, right?
That's as
Animal
big as
crackers.
his head. He takes that bowl and he puts it up like that, and his head disappears.
Here you go.
Dude, that thing looks awesome.
If I get it to do it again.
Okay.
That's all it is right there.
I'll tell you what, the wishful thinking on Facebook at the moment, I think there's a group on there that does the Mini 4 Pro, Mini 3 Pro, and Mini 4K. And they've already added the Mini 5 Pro to the name.
Right.
Okay, let me.
That's coming
you notice
too.
this. You notice this is not in English, right? I bet you it's not going to be available in the United States.
You're right, Joe. You're right.
I bet you that tells you right there. We're not going to get it.
No, not until this mess is solved quite away.
Yep, just like that. Just like that. my whole face just disappears right into the pole.
Okay, now Johnny sent me this one. Hold on. Johnny sent me this one. Oh, let me go back.
Oh, there's going to be lots
Yeah,
of Americans.
That's the same one that I've seen.
Yeah, it says Spin Your World. 13 minutes.
Okay. And that's in English, right?
That's in English.
When is it due for release? Is it later this month?
Johnny, I
Next
speak that
week.
language.
1 week.
What time is it? You know what I'm doing, guys? I'm not that you care, but I'm waiting for my koi fish to be delivered.
Yeah, you're waiting for your fish.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
They're
How
being
many-
overnight shipped to me from North Carolina.
How many
How many-
more have you ordered?
4.
4.
Oh, 4?
So how many have you got altogether now?
There's probably 20 in there.
Nice.
I got a lot of small babies in there too, but I wanted to get bigger ones, you know.
That's awesome.
The ones that cost a couple of grand each.
No, not these. No, I get a good deal. I get a good deal from nextdaycoy.com. Check it out. And if you go already, put in the code Kelly's Koi. You get
Yeah, I'm
10%.
Kelly's Koi.
Not quite sure they deliver to the
That's
UK.
good. That's a good one. I like that. Kelly's Koi. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Okay.
I started up a booming koi building company about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I got one customer, went out of business. I said, "This is too much work for me."
Camera, you'll like this. Yesterday, I was talking to Justin yesterday about today. He said Iko, one of the guys he worked with at Covington that works for the sheriff's department, called him up yesterday. He said, Justin, where are you at? He said, I'm up by the gym. He says, do me a favor. I'm right down the street. Come run over here. He said, what do you mean? He said, come help me jump my unit. He said, what do you mean jump your unit? He says, yeah, he said, first day on the street with this new unit, brand new unit, 20 something miles on it. He said, I turned the battery and go click, 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 click.
What caused it? What caused it, you think?
I don't know. He said he went over there, jumped it, and he said he was running back to the police station with it so they could
Wow.
look at it. Brand new Tahoe.
Wow, really?
That's really
It was
interesting.
a 2024.
Short in the wiring or something. I don't know. Or the computer, you know.
He said he drove it from the police station, stopped, went to start it, stopped, got out, did something, came out to start it again, and it was dead.
So did Justin get him going?
Yeah,
With a jump?
yeah, with a jump.
How many
That's
of you
funny how he
guys
called
carry
you.
jumper cables in your car? I do, but
I carry jumper cables. You never know when you
I
might
got
need
'em
them.
too. Yeah, you never know.
I carry one of them lithium battery starter packs.
yeah, thinking about it, that would work too. Yep. I'm sorry. I'm not keeping an eye on the chat. Johnny's saying something.
Koi
He
FPV.
speaks that language.
Yeah. Koi
Johnny's
FPV.
He's going FPV on us. Johnny FPV
Hey.
channel coming pretty soon.
He said Koi FPV. That'd be a good patch. You could put a koi on a patch.
Oh, I see the little model police car you got sitting on your desk.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
NYPD.
that's cool.
Yeah, the door's open.
Oh, that's neat.
Got a little shotgun in there.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was hoping my department would make them this size, but they never did. They only have the little matchbox ones.
TJ, I know what you're thinking.
I like
I
that.
want one of
Charge.
them.
Charge
Yo,
on
he
challenge.
says, "Can I have that?"
What's that one? Is that a corgi?
Hey, DJ, did you see this photo?
It's a Challenger.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's a cool photo. That's pretty awesome. That's from this year's, right?
Yeah. Did you get one made up?
No, I didn't get one made up. No.
I had one made in the canvas, and that one's in acrylic. But the canvases, they're cheap. They're very inexpensive.
Yeah, I could probably do it for free at Walgreens.
Oh, you got a connection there. Thinking about it. Yeah.
Hey, Ray. Johnny says Art could fit in that little car.
Good one,
Bob
Johnny.
Dempsey.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
funny.
didn't. When I said a corgi, I didn't mean was that the make of the car. I meant was that the company that made the car. Matchbox make the small ones and corgis are bigger.
That's pretty good.
Hey, Captain Ray, I'm gonna take a picture of that car with the door open. I'm gonna put Art and Bob Dempsey in there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Anyway, I know. I think some of you guys remembered about the battery issue I had. Anyway, it's all working.
What was wrong with it?
It wasn't taking a charge, and apparently you can reset the battery.
Yeah.
And we had to do some research.
Oh,
And Captain Joe, was it you who figured it out?
No. Well, I didn't even know about it. I know you can reset them, but you got to do some
you
research to
hold
figure it out.
this in for 15 seconds and it resets the battery, and then you could charge it again.
was
I
that
didn't
the
know
only
that's,
one you?
that's easy.
Was that the only one you were having an issue with, or was it all 3 batteries, or however many batteries?
No, just this one battery. It was one of the new ones I bought. I just
Oh.
bought 2 new batteries, and all of a sudden this happened to this one. I know I was talking to Johnny. Johnny looked it up online about pushing the button. So I guess it was him. He's the one that really figured it out, and it worked. It
Oh, that's
worked.
cool.
Hey,
Heck yeah.
hey Ray, was it you that was selling the Maverick 2S?
Air 2S, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it on the market. Yeah. But you know what happened to me is it's only on Amazon Marketplace, but everybody wants to trade something for it, and they're giving me real low ball offers. $350,
How much you asking if you don't mind asking?
$750. And it's a fly more combo.
And that's US, not Canadian.
Yeah, I know. That's
And if I get it, I get it. If not, then it's like a backup drone.
Yeah, I thought about selling my Mini too, but if I did, I'm not gonna get much for it, so I'll just hold on to it and have it as a backup, because I don't really fly the Mini 2 very much.
Same thing with my Mini 3 Pro. Same thing. I haven't been flying it. And Johnny taught me this a long time ago. If you're not flying it, sell it. Really.
Yeah, I sold my Mini 3 Pro a few weeks ago
I love
because
my.
I hadn't
remember
flown
you
it since
saying that.
October.
How much
Yeah.
did you get for it, Captain Joe?
800.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm
if I-
asking $750. That's what I'm asking.
If I sold my Mini 2, how much do you think I should sell it for? Maybe like $250 or
$100?
something?
$100 American.
Yeah, 150 tops. You can get a Mini 4K for $299. Well,
Yeah.
right now you can. I don't think. But
Yeah, I'd put 200 on it just to say, you might get 200 for it now because you can't get anything.
that's
Yeah.
right. You're right.
I could have probably got more out of this guy. He
Johnny,
rated 800.
Johnny wants Johnny wants you to go flying, Captain Joe.
When we're going flying.
I was gonna say, if you're getting rid of something, sometimes it's better just to, wash your hands up and take a loss. I sold those lenses the other day to Adorama, and they offered me maybe half of what they would come on the market. And then I said, I've also got these production monitors, and I shipped those off. And then they came back with a second estimate that was the same amount as they had given me the estimate for the lenses. And it's like, okay, how did I add stuff and the estimate came back the same? But then I was like,
Wow.
screw it. Let them make their money. These things really didn't cost me anything. They cost the company that bought them stuff, but they were just giving them away.
You sold them right to Adorama?
I
They
sold them
buy
to
stuff?
Adorama. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? It'll be out of my closet. I won't have to deal with it. It'll be gone, and it'll buy new rims and tires for the dune buggy.
Yay!
Oh, that's
And so sometimes sometimes, yeah, you might take a loss on something, but sometimes having the extra space is worth it.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys collect so many drones.
Yeah, no. Too many, really.
It's really easy.
You can only fly one at a time.
I know, but collecting them's easy.
No, I got that Air 3S, and the Mini immediately got given away. It's like, I'm tired of kicking. I don't want to have this space taken up. Give it away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My whole table back there was full of drones at one point, but I donated quite a few to the meetup, and So
And probably most of those drones you were never going to fly anyway.
no, I never flew them.
Yeah.
I wasn't, I'm not an FPV guy. No sense even trying and crashing them.
I have never done FPV. I've never because I know I know I have a addictive personality that I am a completionist. Whenever I play a video game, I have to complete. And so if I started on one of those paths, I might start buying all the little trinkets and gadgets and oh, there is a perfect FPV drone out there and I gotta build it.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny's having fun building his new one.
Well, if you have fun building them, that's one thing.
You'd end up like Rod.
Rod's got a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Rod can't stop building them now.
All right, listen, guys, I gotta go because I gotta get that one last waterfall running, and the fish should be arriving within
Okay,
2 hours.
All right.
Enjoy
right.
your new fish.
Yeah.
Take care,
You
man.
guys have a good
Bye.
day.
You're always welcome, Ray. You're always welcome.
Thank you, Paul. Have a good
Enjoy
one.
the new fish, the new koi's.
What you eating? Some cheese doodles.
Good morning, recovery drone.
Hey, Greg.
Drip,
Right.
what's up?
Some cheese puffs.
Oh shit.
Better than those donuts that you keep eating all the time.
Dude, I forgot to tell Captain Ray what happened yesterday here. NOPD, they had a accident in New Orleans, and it was a truck and an automobile, and there was a police officer behind the truck and saw the accident. Police officer got out and walked towards the truck, and the truck backed up, hit the police officer, tried to get away, was dragging the police officer underneath the car, a female, right? She pulled a gun out and killed the guy.
Oh shit!
Ray's gone.
Shit, eh?
And as she was being drug on the ground, she got her gun out, shot the guy, and killed him.
Nice, he deserved it.
I agree with the sentiment, but she's being drugged on the ground. She pulls her gun out, and how does she shoot somebody in the cab of a truck?
Shot him through the door. It happens.
She probably shot him through the floor.
She probably had a clear shot. Depends on how she's laying. If she's being drugged, she may have been like caught to the car. The door may have been open already, where he started backing out and the door had opened, and maybe she got caught in the door.
So did that make the big news down there?
Well, it made the news yesterday and today. They were talking about it. The guy died. Yesterday he was shot. Today he died.
I've got a lot of notes on that whiteboard.
I do. I've got too many notes. I want an empty whiteboard. The goal is to have an empty whiteboard, but unfortunately, there's a bunch of stuff.
Can you just take a picture of it with your phone and then just like erase it and then make new notes?
I could, but that would defeat the purpose of having the whiteboard.
I mean, do you need half of those notes anymore, or?
Yes.
All those notes.
Yes, these are all projects that are in limbo right now that I have to build out. All these advertising campaigns I have to build out.
Well,
But I'm waiting on
what-
creative for some of them. For others, I'm waiting on approval for creative. Other things, I just need to
So
complete.
when you run out of room, is that when you'll take a picture and then erase all the old stuff?
Nope, it
Uh,
stays on the board until I complete it. I have to, and so I'll write smaller. I'll erase and write smaller.
No, there you go.
But
That makes
TJ, he doesn't need that. It's just there just for the fun of it.
They're just for the fun of it.
actually, over to the side here, I could get rid of a lot of that up in the corner. But
Yeah, I see the small handwriting at the very top of it.
yeah, that's some notes of things I need to get done that are long-term goals. And then I have a project that was supposed to be a client who's supposed to be coming back on the air this month, but I haven't seen any actual details come through on them. So I just wrote their name up there with a question mark so I can remind the person who is supposed to be getting those details.
Gotcha.
Which
that makes sense.
really isn't my job. That's the rep's job. But
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess, like other people have a lot of things going on and stuff, and they tend to forget, and I guess that's why need reminders.
It's really their job. They get paid commission on these clients. It shouldn't be my job to be a sales assistant. My job is, once they give me the stuff, my job is to take the details they give me and actually enter those. I'm a digital sales coordinator. I take those sales and I turn them into the digital orders.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I shouldn't be helping them manage on the back end.
Oh, yeah.
Helping them remember to pick up milk. And stuff
Oh,
like
yeah. I don't know. Like I was always told to make notes, but I don't know. I'm kind of lazy about taking notes, and I try to remember this shit in my head, but I can't.
No, not you, TJ.
Well, Teach, these are just the bullet points of my notes.
Yeah.
Every one of these bullet points have folders full of email.
Oh, wow.
There's emails going back and forth, and so they get flagged and put into. So if I want to look at, say, item number 7 there, I go over here and I can look up the contract and look up
Oh,
the details
okay.
of how they want to lay that out. So these are just bullet points. There's a lot more than this.
Oh, wow.
It's a tough job.
Wow, that's crazy.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
But I got told of a job with the city that is basically working a desk for the road crews for the city, and all you're just filling out forms for inspections and road work, and you just sit there and do. It only pays like $15 or $16 an hour.
Oh,
So that would suck. But it's one of those jobs. It's just like, it'd be that just sounds like cart pusher at Walmart. You know,
Oh, yeah.
your job is just to push the carts in. There's carts out there, you push them in.
Yeah,
They don't pay good. Those
I had to
jobs
do
that are
that.
relaxing mentally and they don't pay well.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I'd like just a nice relaxing job where I could get paid really well.
I don't think that job exists.
Yeah.
well, what you do, TJ, is you plan on winning the lottery big.
That job exists, but you have to be young and attractive and female.
And female. See,
I'm
like with in the way
I'm
of
an
the lottery,
influencer.
a big influencer. See, in the way of the lottery, I don't know. I've always wanted to, I'll do a scratch off here and there, but like to pencil in the numbers and send I don't know. I'm afraid to bet. I'm afraid to lose.
I don't gamble because the the numbers say you're going to lose your money.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, everybody doesn't win.
Nobody wins in the long run.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard thing to do.
And
But some people-
I've never lived a life of that kind of luck, you know. There's because you read about people that went in and bought a lottery ticket, might have been the first or second time they did it, and they win $7-10 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
some people have like luck at winning. It's like, damn, how do you win all the time? Like all I do is win. Like, how the heck do you do that?
Well, they're probably lying about it.
You're lying.
Yeah.
Now, my uncle, let me download this real quick. My uncle is one of those guys. He wouldn't gamble or anything, but he used to work for a carnival, and they set up at a place, and they're sitting there, and across the field where they had set up the carnival and stuff, he's sitting on the back of his popcorn wagon and sees a piece of paper blowing across the field. He goes, "That looks like money. $50 bill."
Like money.
Just blowing across the field, and he went over, picked up $50 bill. And all the
Oh,
other
is a
guys were-
$50 bill for real?
yeah.
Oh wow.
And all the other guys there at the carnival, they were pissed
Walking
off at
by,
him
not
because
paying attention.
he got $50 for nothing. They were all pissed off at him.
Oh
Well,
wow.
they had a raffle going on to win a Mustang, and they said you got to take that $50 because it's a dollar ticket, and it was a beater Mustang. It was a 65, I think. But
How did everyone else not see the $50 bill and only your uncle saw it?
I don't know. How do you happen to see a blue jay fly by and no one else saw it?
Oh shit.
But they wanted him to put that entire $50 in on the raffle ticket to win the Mustang. They said you ought to
okay.
just spend all that $50 because it didn't cost you anything anyway. Just buy 50 raffle tickets.
Oh,
He
yeah.
bought one raffle ticket, and he won the Mustang.
Oh wow. Dang,
And
that's
those guys
crazy.
were even more pissed
Oh god.
because my uncle didn't drive, so he gave the car to my parents.
Oh, that was nice. That was mighty white
No,
of them.
it was an albatross that set out beside their house, and they had to try and maintain it. They couldn't just get rid of it because he had given it to them. So they weren't able to get rid of it until after he died. And so it sat out there, they'd pay taxes on it, and it never really ran after they parked it. I think it ran a couple times, but they didn't have the energy or inclination to fix it up.
Well, I mean,
But-
hey, if you're not going to use something, you may as well sell it or give it away or something.
But yeah, sometimes people have those lucky streaks, but you notice the lucky streaks,
Hey.
and you tend to forget the unlucky streaks.
I had the lucky streak when I won the backpack from Chuck and Lori.
You won the
That's
backpack.
cheating.
I haven't watched them. I know they were given. It was around New Year's or Christmas that they were giving away the backpack or something like that, right?
Yeah. It was
What was in
it was a multiple choice thing. He had there was like a bunch of stickers and keychains and just a bunch of other stuff. No cameras or anything like that, which you know would have been cool, but
So,
it was just a
so
bunch.
how?
It
So
was,
you got a backpack.
yeah, it was a backpack and it had stickers and keychains and all kinds of stuff in there, and it had this in it. Whoops. Let's see. It had all these. It had all these postcards of like different places that they've been and stuff.
Oh, that's
so-
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, you're the host. I'll be back in a few minutes.
What are you going to go catch another ship, Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, there
All
we
right,
go.
there we go.
Okay, we're
Jerry's
gonna
like,
call it.
Jerry said that he's got when we were talking about like easygoing jobs, he's like, I have a job like that. I'm old, cranky, but I know everything about it. He knows everything about his city.
Well, and that's the thing. To spend time at a job, jobs become easier the longer you do them, I guess.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping this job turns into an easier job to do as it goes along.
yeah,
Doing video production back in the day, it had its stressful moments, but I knew what I was doing and I knew what I needed to get done, and it was even though I had moments where I didn't like the job, I was competent. And it's that competence, being able to be competent at something where you can adapt to it. That's a good feeling to have in a job.
yeah. I mean, like with mine, like it can be very stressful sometimes because you have like lots of things going on at one time. Like your head just wants to explode, and you have people coming up to you asking you all these crazy questions. Like, stop asking me these crazy questions. I don't want to answer it.
Now, are you still
Crazy question.
managing?
Where do you find the milk?
Yeah,
The
didn't they
what?
promote you?
Yeah.
Where do you find the milk at?
Where do you find? And it's funny because
An aisle two,
people,
please.
like we literally like all the batteries and everything. They're like literally like right at the front of the store, and somebody will walk in like, "Where's your batteries at?" I'm like, they're right there. And they're like, "Oh." And then
Yeah.
the last question's like, because we have a section. It used to be a long time ago. I think that we had I think it was like a tiny like liquor store like a long time ago, but they got rid of it, and now it's a Hallmark section, and people will be like, where's your Hallmark cars? I'm like, oh, they're right over there too. Like, ah. People be asking all these crazy questions like, when people ask me crazy questions like that, it just makes me want to like, I don't know, punch them in the face or something. I could just see myself like mentally like punching somebody in the face.
For them asking you where something is, they're wanting to give you money.
Yeah, true.
I
All right, give me
I
$5
never-
just for answering your question.
I never had a problem helping people at Walmart. In fact, after back in the day, whenever I was in my late 20s, when I worked at Walmart, after I left, I still walked through Walmart, and I guess I had kind of the walk of a Walmart employee.
Yeah.
Because people would ask me stuff, and I said, "Oh, here," and I'd still help people find stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing that because like people will ask me where something is, and I'll literally like walk them to where it is because like from standing at the front of the store, I'll be like, I think
Back in the day, that was the rule at Walmart. If somebody asked you, if someone needed something, you walked them to the location where it was and help them to the location so that you promote the purchase. Now you go into Walmart and you say, "Hey, where is this item?" They'll say, "That's over there."
Yeah, and we're like,
And just
oh,
leave you to
where's over
wonder.
there?
It's like what happened to Mr. Sam Walton. Whenever I worked there, he had died in the early 90s, but he still cast a shadow over the place, and you still thought, what would Mr. Sam say?
Yeah.
And it was kind of it was customer service oriented, and you don't have that now.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it's supposed to be. Like that's part of customer service. You're actually supposed to, when somebody comes in and asks you where something is, you're supposed to physically like take them there
Well,
and show them where it is.
when I worked at Walmart last year, well, been a little over a year now, for that Christmas, after I had gotten downsized, when I'd worked for that short little time there throwing milk and stuff, I would be out on the floor, doing stuff in the dairy section. Someone needed something that was in housewares. I would still say, yeah, let me take you there.
Yeah.
Or I would be like, I think it's over here, but let's see, and go over and look and say it's not here. Then the other place would be is over here, and I
Right.
would still do that, and then go back to my work. And I got some odd looks from other employees. It's like you just walked off and left your job. It's like a customer needed something.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'll be doing something and a customer will come in and ask me where something is, and I'll stop what I'm doing and take them to wherever they needed to go. Be like, oh yeah, follow me and I'll show you.
It's
Sometimes I know where it is, but other times I'm like, I think, but let's take a walk over and see if it's there. If not, then I'll walk you around to the other side.
Yeah, TJ gets there, a good looking woman comes in. Where's the bathroom? Hold on, come on, I'll help you.
I'll show you.
When somebody asks me where the bathroom is, that's when I'll just stand at the front of the store, like, yeah, it's in the back over there. What you about to be
I thought you'd go back there and see. You need a hand?
And here it is. I'll be right here if you need anything.
I'll be right here if you need anything. That's funny.
If you need a helping hand, I'm willing.
Can I have that?
What you about to be mailing out?
A couple of things for my son. I'm gonna try to get it to him before he leaves.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's Fletcher.
It's one of those doodle bobs and another deal.
Oh, okay. Dude, Bob, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, I think this is safe. It's not gonna break.
Yeah,
Had
I
it
don't
enough,
think so.
and they're together on the opposite sides, so they're not touching each other.
Dude, those
Got
are the
more
best
tape on it
things.
in that package.
Those tape guns are like the best ever, the best invention.
Yeah.
Because I always hate when it's on the roll by itself and you like fold it down, and then you have to like struggle to find the end. But that's when you like just like tape over just a corner of it and then just put it down, so that way you know where the end is.
If I mail it to him today, he'll get it before he leaves on the ship.
Okay.
The DJI said they'll have my drone tomorrow.
Which one did you order?
The one I sent back. Mavic 3.
What they say was wrong with it? It just had, mind of its own or whatever, and just
No, they haven't looked at it yet.
Oh.
They got to get it back to see what the drone's doing. And it's got a broken leg now.
It's probably a loose nut.
You mean me?
Yeah.
Loose nut.
Loose nut working the controller.
Well, like I told them, the biggest thing I told them, I said, now let me let you know, the flight record is going to show that it was moving forward. I said, because I was bringing it in to land. It should also tell you that it sped up and the obstacle avoidance kicked in. But the obstacle avoidance should have avoided it from going straight at me. And that's my contention right there. No matter what I was doing, when the obstacle avoidance kicked in, it should have went higher instead of straight at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going that fast, and it picked up speed.
Be right back.
There's that. Hold on. Everyone, all right. So we are good. That is built. Waiting on creative.
Waiting on crayons.
Waiting on creator.
Oh, creators. Oh,
7
Almost
inches.
Creative.
Gotta measure that on one.
almost sounded like crayons.
See, that's 7 inches. Shit, I didn't need the ruler to measure that. I got measured the other way.
It
That's
adds
legit.
creative, like either it's video or banner ads. That's all just referred to as creative.
Yeah. Yo, Mr. JRC, what up, cuz?
John Carroll. No, that's JC, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess it does kind of look like that. That was a crazy movie. Is that hair gel? She grabs it from his ear.
Gonna cost
Put the
$5 to mail this.
I've only seen that movie once.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wasn't a big fan at the time.
Yeah, I think I only saw it like once or twice. I was like,
And I like the Fairley Brothers. Normally, that movie, something about it I just didn't like.
It's kind of funny when the dog comes at Ben Stiller and the dog goes through the window. I remember I was walking through the store. They were selling that dog all wrapped up in bandages and shit like that. Everybody was buying them.
So what is on my, let me pack up my checklist to see if I've accomplished anything. I'm waiting on that. I need to build, whoops. I accidentally did that. I should not have done that. There we go. Get back. The Ozarks I'm going to do today. We did Spotify. Carousel. Mattress, we got approval, got that done.
I figured I'd rather mail it to him now because he wants it. He can put it on his desk or put it wherever he's gonna put it before he comes back. And I sent that dragon ship. I printed 2 of them and she didn't put it in the luggage. She didn't want it to break. So she left it here. So I'll just tell her, give me that one back.
What dragon?
It was a ship that was made like a dragon in the front and back.
Oh. Oh, a 3D printed one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This could be
I'll mail that out today. $4.57.
Well, that's not too bad. Oh, me. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna jump off here and get moving around and try and get some stuff done. But I'll see you guys later on this evening. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too, man.
TJ.
Yeah, hey, TJ.
On the way. Yeah, that package says it's going to be in Dallas tomorrow morning between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. So I should hear something tomorrow night about the drone.
Yeah, it sucks. I got my new iPad yesterday, but I'm still using my old one because I don't get a new case for it until tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm like that with the phone. When I get a phone, I make sure if I know I'm going to get the phone, I order the case first.
Well, it was kind of I didn't know that I was getting it until I decided to order it. So then I ordered the case and everything that same day, but it shipped faster. And I figured I'd take yesterday was getting it all my information transferred from this one over to the new one. I'm excited though, because the data port on this iPad has not worked for quite a while, so I haven't used my little hard drive with it. I used to use my hard drive with it, and I did a little bit of editing on the iPad. So, kind of excited to get to edit on the iPad again. I mainly use LumaFusion, but I'm thinking about installing DaVinci and seeing what I can get done on DaVinci on the iPad.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll segue me into being able to edit on DaVinci on the desktop.
That'd be a good thing. I tell you what, it's nice. It's nice to work on a big screen when you're editing.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing about my data port on the iPad too. It doesn't work now, but I have my little breakout box so I can hook up an HDMI monitor over to the side and use it. Let me look and see. Continue to App Store and look up DaVinci. DaVinci Resolve for iPad. Now I told my wife, it's like, we're going on vacation in June. And last time I had taken my iPad, because I am always shooting video when we're on vacation. And so I would shoot video and then I offload it to my little SD hard drive at night. So I'd have everything backed up and ready to go. And I was like, I won't be able to do that this year unless I get a new iPad because my data port's jacked up. So that's how I justified it. But I didn't go whole hog and buy a new M1 or M3 or whatever they're up to now. I bought just a 2022.
Yeah, I'm still using a 2020.
Well, the one that I have and the one that I'm using right now, it's a 2018 and it's been fine. It's a third generation and it's been fine for me and it was still working fine. I have no complaints about it. But I have like my peripherals, I've got my Apple Pencil 2 and the 2022 is the fifth generation, I believe is the last, or maybe it's sixth generation. Yeah, the sixth generation was the last one that supported the Pencil 2, I think. And so I didn't want to have to go through the hassle of buying a new pencil for $100 and some odd.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I must admit, I didn't buy the Apple Pencil. I just bought a generic one. Works fine.
No. You're talking about just buying like a stylus?
No, it's actually a pencil, but it's just not Apple.
But it acts like an Apple Pencil?
Yeah.
Does it snap to the top and charge and everything?
It snaps to the top, but it doesn't charge from that. You have to plug it in USB.
Man, I wish.
That was only about 30 quid.
So like a quarter of the cost of an Apple Pencil.
Yeah.
So I've got that. Got those faders. I can get that started. Get that built.
And for that price, it was worth the inconvenience of having to plug it in to charge it. You only have to do it every now and again anyway.
As long as it has the exact same functionality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that Great Lake mattress, and I can put that there.
How'd the flight go, Paul?
Mattress.
It went okay. I didn't get much of it because it put into Sarnia. I got it in the distance, so I'm not even going to mess with it. But it is what it is. So did you guys miss me? Did TJ behave himself?
We didn't even know you were gone.
Wait, who are you?
We're so used to seeing the chair empty, we didn't realize you were gone. See?
Who went?
Oh. Hey, Paul's chair is back.
I should have switched it and put a back room in there so you couldn't come in.
What the hell are you talking about?
I could have blocked you.
It is actually good there.
Draymond's here.
He was here before you left.
Was he?
Yep.
Are you sure?
What?
I'm positive.
Who was here?
Not you.
Dre wasn't here. Dre just got here. Hey, Dre.
Hey,
Go back and look at it. You've been here.
did you catch my message the other day, Don?
I don't know. I don't watch the chat very much.
Okay. Well, I was asking you, had you been watching Mobland or The Agency?
I have not heard of either of those. What are they on?
They're on Paramount.
Oh, I don't have Paramount.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Hey, Brenda.
No, the current one I'm catching up on is because it's free on Tubi is Mr. Robot.
Is that the
and
one
that
with
is a
Rami? What's his name?
Rami Malek and Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid as hell, but I've started it, so I'm gonna finish it.
Oh, okay. That's why I never started.
I have a feeling the new Wednesday is going to be out soon because
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, we seem to be getting flooded with trailers from the old series.
I want to know when they're gonna have that last season of Stranger Things, or the last chunk of Stranger Things. They're probably gonna break it out into 4 different chunks of the last season, so you have to stay subscribed for the entire year.
So all the kids have aged out now.
They are all going to be older, so they're going to have to do a time jump. Those kids are getting long in the tooth to play kids.
That's what I'm saying. They should be aged out. 4 seasons and about a year apart. So that's like 8 years.
Well, they not aged out. They're just now going to be in their 20s.
Well, like I said, they're no longer cute and quirky.
Well, that's true.
Now they're going to be dumbasses and slackers.
It can be argued that they were already kind of dumbasses.
Yeah. Well, I said, when you're a dumbass as a kid, that people think you'll grow out of it. When you're a dumbass in your 20s, that's a pattern of life.
Yeah. Oh, don't talk about TJ. He's not here anymore.
See, I wasn't going to say that.
Neither was I, Paul. I mean, Joe. Neither was I.
Yeah. And Paul, you said Brenda. She's been here since 8:05 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, she said hello to me, and that's why I said Brenda.
No, you didn't read the chat before.
That was kind of big.
I said a lot. I said hi to her earlier, but before I left, and I came back, and she says, "Hey, Paul," you know.
When did you leave?
Well, forget it, Joe. It's over your head.
Well, you're always gone, so it's a joke.
Enjoy the agency. It's a thriller. You don't know who's on what side from episode to episode, man. It's just got you thinking.
Sounds like the United States government.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's the CIA. It's a CIA show, and it's like you don't know who to trust to do anything.
That's the problem with I like shows like that have those weird twists and stuff, but this Mr. Robot, you see the twist coming a mile away, and it kind of, you feel like your intelligence is being insulted.
Yeah.
Bunch of old Yankees. Look at them.
They need to do exposition for the slowest people in the audience. It's just kind of.
That's why I feel those shows up your alley because I like them because it makes you think, and once you think you're onto something, it just throws you another curveball.
As long as the curveballs are earned, I don't like Lost. Irritated me. I watched all of Lost, but it would throw curves just to throw curves. It felt like they were making it up as they went along, and it was just.
Yeah. Plus, I think you would like the characters in the agency. Now with Mobland, I'm sure you would like those characters. It's got what's his name is one of the main characters from.
What's his name? I like him.
Yeah, I know. So they got Tom Hardy is like the enforcer for this mob family, and they got the guy who played 007, Remington Steele, 007 movie.
Pierce Bronson.
There you go. Pierce Bronson is like the father figure of this mob family, and it's almost like a war going against another mob family in England.
Is it a period piece?
No. It's modern. It's modern and stuff, man.
Interesting. Now, did you ever watch Peaky Blinders?
No, that was a period piece. I know it's same thing, but it went back in the 30s or 40s, something like that.
Yeah, it went before that.
Before that, the 20s.
I think it ended in like the 20s. I think it ended in the late 20s.
Yeah. Well, I like the series, The Gentleman, and the actual movie, The Gentleman. I really
I've seen the
enjoyed
movie. I
it.
have not seen the series.
Oh, the series is very, very. The series is it has its little comical bits to it, but it's a good read. As I say, a good look. This Mobland is a lot deeper, a lot more intense than the Gentleman.
Yeah. But does it
So
still have that same sensibility?
yeah, yeah,
I
very
thought
much.
the gentleman was good.
Because the gentleman had that quirky humor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This one doesn't have the quirky humor. This is all dead serious. People are living on edge. People don't want to admit
Wasn't
what
the gentleman, wasn't that Guy Ritchie who did the movie?
yeah. Guy Ritchie did
Yeah.
the movie and the series.
Yeah, and I've liked him since Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, yeah. He's done. I've grown to like his style of movie making and storytelling, the way he
His
puts it together. Even the movie he did with Jason Statham, uh, about him being a bad guy who goes in to be a armored car driver to find out who killed his son.
Yeah, there's some he's had a few flops.
Well, he does a lot of movies, so there's always going to be some flops.
Yeah, he did a remake of Swept Away with Madonna.
Yeah, yeah.
That
There's
was
a.
I like the
know
original
some of those
Swept
movies
Away,
he was doing
but
for a while as almost like a comic relief character, like the spy movie with the heavyset chick, and
You mean a bit like Johnny English?
he doesn't go that far, but he does an over the top spy nonsense. And there was a movie with what's her name? She did the movie Tammy, and she does a lot of comedic stuff. She was the main character, and she was a handler for another British guy, actor. Round tip of my tongue.
Not Armand Flint.
No. This is not that old. This movie came out about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It was called Spy.
All right.
And let me look it up here, IMB or whatever. Give me a quick, let's see, Spy movie 2015. That seems about right. Yeah. There it is. It has Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham,
Melissa McCarthy,
Byrne, Jude Law. Came out 2015. But Jason Statham plays the over the top spy guy, like he can do everything with no gun and all this kind of stuff. He said, "I'll kill you with my teeth," type of crap. But yeah, he's done quite a few movies, with his persona ever since he came out with what was it, the Driver series. They really put a name on him.
yeah. Statham, you mean? Well, he was in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, I mean he was, but the main characters of that was he was not the one of the
No,
top.
he was coming. He was one of the main characters in Snatch, which was, I think, Guy Ritchie's second hit in the
right?
U.S.
Hmm.
Yeah, that had Brad Pitt and
Well, if he's in a movie with Brad Pitt, he definitely was not top bill. If Brad Pitt was in it.
actually Brad Pitt was a supporting character.
Is that right?
And if you've never seen the movie Snatch, Brad Pitt is amazing in it.
Hmm. Let me see here. Movies.
He
by
pulls
Jason
off
Statham.
a English gypsy accent
Mhm.
that it's like that guy was born to like Missouri. What?
Yeah. Well, like I said, The Beekeeper, classic Jason Statham.
I
Wrath
haven't
of
watched
Man,
any of
what I was
those
talking
beekeeper,
about.
bricklayer, tradesman movies.
Right. And you got the other one that came out about a month ago, The Working Man.
I haven't seen that one. I know
Oh,
that they've got a sequel for The Accountant that just came out.
He's a former SAS Marine, trying to walk away from his past, work for this construction company. Their daughter gets snatched. He goes after the bad people, kills everybody.
Yeah,
type of thing.
typical.
Yeah. Well,
you
you
know,
like the old movie, like Crank, and
yeah, they're gonna
I'm
have
looking at some of the
Fry
movies.
Cook, like all these working man titles, bricklayer, beekeeper. I think they're gonna have like the Fry Cook, door greeter.
Yeah, but like I say, in some of his early movies, like The Bank Job, that's one of his early flicks. Death Race. Yeah, Transporter. That's the driver's series. The
I never
Transporter.
watched the Death Race remake.
It's I can say it's B movie type stuff. Yeah, but if you happen to find it in your back pocket to subscribe to Paramount, those are worth the watch. Mobland, because I mean, if you didn't watch you don't have Paramount, that means you couldn't have watched Stallone in Tulsa.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because that's what Malone Tulsa's on. It's Paramount, and
Yeah,
the one
I've
that
heard it was good.
Western always talks about, the land guy with Billy Bob
Landman,
Thornton.
yeah, Billy Bob Thornton. I
Yeah,
hear that one's good too.
yeah, that's all on Paramount. Get with it, dude.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
The
all.
problem
That's all
is,
you gotta watch,
I
Don.
I have dropped my consumption of stuff like a lot. I don't consume nearly as much as I used to.
Well, like I said, that's what the only kind of stuff I watch. Let me see.
And
Sundays is
every single streaming service has their own. You got to watch this one show. It's like,
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that's how they get us all. But like I said, I cut it out. Like say, this is how often I watch TV. Sundays I watch Mobland. Tuesdays, like tonight, I'll watch the Star Wars series on that, and then I don't watch nothing but news the rest of the week. That's it.
Which Star Wars series is that now then?
Andor, the last season, they show 3 episodes each night, each Tuesday. They show 3 episodes back to back.
I've not watched any of that.
Well,
I haven't
Andor,
watched any of the TV series.
yeah, the Andor takes you to the movie Rogue One.
Right.
The story of Andor takes you all the way up to the movie Rogue One. And all these Star Wars shows and series, all they're doing is filling in the gaps between all the movies.
So it's a bit like Mandalorian.
Right. Yeah. It's a fill-in, showing all the time that's taking place to get the rebellion going, how the rebellion gets started, all this kind of stuff. And that's what Andor is doing. It is trying to show you how the rebellion started to build momentum to get to Rogue One. And they even take you to planets to where was it called Hope episode 1, or not episode 1, but whatever Hope was.
A New Hope, episode 4.
New Hope. Because Rogue One takes you to New Hope and stuff. So even in this Andor series, you will visit the base at Yavin, even though it's not a rebel base at that time. It's actually what's his name's hideout spot. What's the guy's name that plays by Forrest Whitaker plays the character? Because Forrest Whitaker is in Rogue One.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either, but he plays the character, and he was just in his last episode revising that character. And they're on the board in this episode. They show where he's kind of like pirate / resistance type thing. And now you understand the reputation that he has with everybody else, that he's not trustworthy and stuff because of the things he's done. But that's the only two times during the week I look forward to watching TV. Other than that, I'm watching Fox, CNN, and then I watch reruns of 2.5 Men or Everybody Loves Raymond. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of reruns anymore. I used to, and I just realized it sucked my time. My wife will sit there and watch Big Bang Theory reruns all day long, or Everybody Loves Raymond,
No, I don't
and
watch.
just have that on in the background all night long.
Right,
But
like I say,
I
I'm
wait
watching that
until
is while I'm in the bed, about to go to sleep.
I look through my free apps and see if there's any series that I usually watch. Like right now, I'm watching Mr. Robot because it was a series that has actually had an ending, and I'm not going to get left hanging. And people have spoken well about it enough that it's like, okay, I'll see what it's about.
Mhm. Now, I always
But
say, to me, a lot
halfway
about
through a series and
TV
have it end and
nowadays.
have me leaving me high and dry.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
happened
I
way too
always
many
go back
times.
to Game of Thrones being the death of series. Not that Game of Thrones was bad, but how it was presented. Because nowadays you get a series, 6 weeks, boom, done, get away the year.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones started that crap.
Game of Thrones was good, except for the fact that they ran out of source material. And
Well, I'm not talking about the story. I mean, it's a great story, but I'm just
yeah.
talking about how it was delivered.
Oh, yeah, dribble out. Okay, we're going to split this season into two.
Yeah, I mean, you get 6 to 10 episodes. See you in another year.
Uh-huh.
When you and I, Paul, Joe grew up, a season was 22 episodes.
That is
Yeah,
true.
max.
But you think about the quality of those episodes that we had when we were kids that were 22 episodes. They were not the quality. Now it's like watching every season's like watching a super extended movie. And you're looking at movie quality, acting,
Well,
effects.
I go back
So
to the days of, because I know you got sitcoms were only half an hour, but you had shows like Dallas and other stuff like that were hour-long shows.
yep, the
Storyline
quality was
lasted.
not that great.
I mean, everybody wanted to know who shot JR.
It's a soap opera. If you want to watch soap operas, they still make those.
Oh, I know. It's like I can say, Game of Thrones is a soap opera. If you want to put down the details,
But it had a lot better production quality.
yeah,
Which
it was something that was done, that was filmed across the globe, and different locations, what made it interesting. It wasn't on a studio
which
set.
if you want the production quality, you got to treat it like movies. If you treat Game of Thrones like it every season was maybe 2 movies, that pace of release that fits about a movie release schedule.
Yeah, but my whole thing is the whole industry adapted that type of format without that type of quality. That's
Yep.
my whole point. If
And
everybody was putting in that much effort, I might buy off on that, but that ain't the effort we got from a lot of these new shows that come out now. And like I say, you get 6 to maybe 10 episodes if you're lucky, usually around 6 to 8. And they're like,
well, what
okay, we'll
gets
see
me
you next
is
season.
like Stranger Things, the season 6 or whatever it was.
Mhm.
They had it pretty much in the can. Instead of releasing it all at once, they staggered the release to help retain subscribers.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I don't watch TV, compared to what it was. I mean, I was never a big TV watcher, even growing up. I was always outside playing more than anything else. But I knew every day of the week, it used to be Monday nights with CBS. You watch stuff like All in the Family and all the little Jeffersons and that kind of crap. Tuesday nights was Stanford and Son and whatever else on ABC.
We remember the really good episodes of those. And we forget the bad episodes.
And I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday was with Happy Days. Stuff like that. And that's what got you through the week, And I remember I got older, in college years and stuff. You watched Cheers and the shows that came around that and stuff.
And I look at these things and I think how much of my life I wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that was
I wasted so much of my life so I could answer trivia questions.
There you go. So now you're well-seasoned trivia personnel.
Well, in our meeting yesterday, the guy who was doing the demonstration was doing like a little demo entry, and he just typed in 1313 Mockingbird Lane and said $25 to whoever can tell me what that's from.
I remember that name, but I can't remember what the show is with.
And I waited. I paused. I waited. I didn't want to be the guy. I didn't want to be Hermione Granger and be
Everybody
like,
said, "Ooh, such a nerd."
So I waited and I waited, and then I just.
That the Munsters?
It was the Munsters.
Yeah, I think it's.
And I said there, I waited.
So many times, where?
And I finally unmuted my microphone. I said, "It's the Munsters."
And everybody trying to say he's such a nerd.
I'm like, I didn't want to be the guy jumped up like Hermione Granger and say, "Ooh, ooh, ooh."
Yeah, yeah.
Or Horshack. Ooh, Mr. Carter,
Hey,
Mr.
Greg.
Carter.
Yeah, Joe.
Here you go. My new logo. I put the purple heart.
Ah,
And then on my chat GPT, I put the purple heart on it too.
oh. You see what I typed into Marcus and Ron's show last night
Yeah.
when they were talking about your accident? I
Yeah.
said, yeah, I heard he cried like a baby.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the rest of it, you know, when they get the drone tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they show it as 100% pilot error.
They're gonna show me moving the stick forward. You know, but like I said, the obstacle avoidance should have avoided it from hitting me.
Mm-hmm. That's the difference. It should obstacle avoidance should have stopped the drone in its tracks. I mean, not just you, but the vehicle itself should have came up on the sensors.
Yeah, it should have what you call it. It should have at least went higher or to one of the sides.
Right. Somebody, where is Paul's assistant? Like they used to do Jabba the Hutt, tap him in the neck.
Yeah.
Wake up, wake up.
Yeah, Paul's ready to pack it in.
Yeah, I know.
Jabba's assistant, the little creature.
No, the guy with the thing wrapped around his neck. Every time Jabba nod off, he would poke him in the neck.
Okay, I was gonna say the little tiny creature was Salacious Crumb.
Salacious.
That was his name, Salacious Crumb.
Oh wow.
And if you give me a second, the guy with the thing around his neck,
yeah,
I will tell you his name here in a little bit. If
Paul,
I think about
go for a Boston cream there, wake you up. Get a little sugar.
No. Joe said I can't have Boston creams anymore.
Okay. Well, I know that's probably what you have available. I wasn't going to say something like get you a granola bar or something. I know you probably can't even find one in your house.
No, I didn't say you couldn't have Boston creams, Paul. I said you can't buy peanuts anymore.
Well, that's what I got to do this afternoon. Go buy some more peanuts.
Paul, I'm serious. If you go buy peanuts, I'm not coming back on. After all the crying you did yesterday about your money.
Well, yeah, but I can't starve my little buddies.
Oh,
They
yes,
won't
you can.
starve.
Well, throw them some table scraps.
What's a table scrap?
Stuff that you don't eat.
You don't eat everything.
Now,
You don't eat peanuts?
You don't eat no vegetables. They'll eat them.
You know, I
Those
look out my
squirrels have
window.
enough
I see
stuff
squirrels over here in
stored
the
up.
trees all the time, and nobody's feeding them. They live.
Somebody's feeding them.
Like we say, Don, we've been down that road. So I'm just like, don't make your excuse to spend what you don't have. But I know he got extra table scraps because he don't eat no vegetables. Throw those out there.
But you got to buy vegetables. I haven't bought a vegetable in
you don't
years.
get Meals on Wheels no more?
No, I
No.
don't.
Would you cancel it or something?
I canceled it because they would show up for the Meals on Wheels when I'm going flying, and they get pissed off and leave me a note on the door saying, "We're sorry we missed you, but next time we're not going to show up."
Oh, so you once again you misbehaving, huh?
Yep.
You gotta be
Yep.
there. That's
Yep.
a free meal.
If you make a commitment, or if you ask for something, you can't just say, okay.
Yeah, but there wasn't any particular time frame. In other words, because they're all volunteers, They could be delivering the Meals on Wheels at 11 o'clock in the morning. Could be 4
Well,
in the
the thing
afternoon.
is, they figure if you're able to get out, you don't need somebody to deliver food.
Yep.
Well, my thing is, dealing with that program. I know my parents have dealt with. They don't get it, but they've been administrators of it. You can have them deliver it in a certain time frame.
No, not here, because I asked them that.
I know they do. Because like I say, people have other appointments, other things to do. You know, like I say, you go fly a ship, but you may have doctor's appointments, and they got to respect that part.
Well,
you
it's
say,
like when
okay,
I was in the hospital. They kept delivering stuff, and it was stacked up on the porch.
right. Well, I mean, that's situations that uncontrolled by you or there, but you should be able to contact them and say, "Can I have my meals delivered at this time of day?"
I
where
should have
know
called
I
them
will
and
be-
says, "Please deliver them to the hospital. I'll be here."
Yeah. Well, I mean, the hospitals don't need because they're gonna feed you in the hospital too.
Well, hey, you like hospital food?
Like I say, I eat whatever is available. I don't eat to live. You know, I just don't just eat just to live to eat.
Hey, Joe, those things you got on your arm, they're turning colors. Almost looks like you're a sea monster with suckers going.
Gills.
And they look worse than they are.
So I'm
I
saying,
like the
Paul,
fact they look worse.
it's a service that's been provided for you.
Oh, it's a great service. I don't have anything
Yeah.
bad to say about it, but it just didn't work out for me. That's all.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's got to, if you got to work together. I mean, if they're delivering stuff at odd hours, you should get a contact them and say, "Hey, can you guys make sure I get this between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.?" Whatever the case may be. And that way you would know they're coming between those hours and they know they need to be delivered those hours. I understand it's volunteers, but even with volunteers,
Well,
it's
there's
still an
times.
organization.
There was one time that I know of when I was coming down the street and I saw the Meals on Wheels was parked out at the end of my driveway. By the time I got here, they left.
Yeah, so I can say, if you don't make the effort to call them and ask them, then you gotta say, okay, what did I do to cause this? It doesn't sound like you
Oh,
got.
I'm not saying I'm faultless. No way.
Yeah, I'm just saying either side. They should have been
You know,
calling you
and Meals
also to
on Wheels,
say,
it probably works perfect for somebody that's shut in, doesn't go anywhere, and is there all the time.
yes, but like I said, they understand that everyone is not a shut in and have things to do and come and go and stuff, but they still qualify for the service.
Oh, I qualify for the service. They told me just call back and we'll reschedule you.
Yeah, just ask them to deliver at a certain give a window of time.
How
That's
many
all.
do you have in your freezer?
About 6.
Have you eaten any since you quit?
No.
You see?
That's food right there for the squirrels.
Squirrels don't eat Meals on Wheels.
They will if you throw it out there. I ain't never seen a squirrel walk around with a menu card in his pocket.
Don't over. If you feed squirrels, you're going to overpopulate the squirrels.
Well, Don, he says that's part of his family, so that doesn't.
That's
not a
my
fact.
family, Don.
He's got a squirrely family.
And because you've got a grandchild, so does that mean you're overpopulating the population here in the U.S.?
My daughter is. She's got 4 kids.
Well, there you go.
Hey, Don said, I didn't sign up for this grandpa stuff like this. Maybe 1 or 2.
Well, I didn't sign up at 68, boy, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe's got a grandbaby, just loves the hell out of him, but also his daughter uses Joe against Joe's feelings against
I got a
everything
daughter
else.
like that too. She'll pop up here with, and my grandkids ain't little ones. One's 11, the other one's 7, and she'll pop up here on a Saturday morning in a heartbeat. And like the last time we had to tell her, nope, you better keep them kids to yourself. You got things to
My
do.
daughter only calls me when she needs something.
There you go.
I told her
We
that
all
the other
got
day.
somebody like that in our family. That ain't nothing new or unusual.
Yep.
I say that I have a bird feeder. I feed the birds, so I guess that's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But does it cost you $200 a month?
No,
There you go. Defense rest.
you're spending $200 a month on peanuts.
Well, a little less than that. Yeah.
I guess
How much little?
over $20 a month. That's too much.
Well, it costs when I buy 2 bags of peanuts, it's $110.
No,
And I do that every about 5 or 6 weeks.
that's not reasonable.
No,
Yep.
That's not reasonable.
You told us the other day it was like $140 for every time you spend it.
I can say
Oh, let me see if my son
that's
got
not
his job.
reasonable because you don't spend that much feeding Boone a month.
Oh, yes, they do.
You spend over $100 a month on dog food.
Yep.
I
He
don't know
don't
what
spend that much on himself.
are you bringing a chef to cook it for you?
the cans of dog food that he gets, and then the kibble on the side is probably $10 a day.
Oh, you overfeeding them, overfeeding them, and
No, it's
overpricing
just
what you're buying.
a can of dog food. Have you priced dog food lately, Dre?
No, I say I don't have pets, and that's one of the reasons
A
why.
can
But I
of
say when I
dog
was
food
buying them,
is
Yeah.
like $6.99.
Yeah, animals are expensive.
You
That's
are.
why,
like I
you know,
said,
when
that's
you're
why I
talking
don't
about-
keep them. I got that last Chihuahua that belonged to my youngest daughter, and I said no more.
when you're talking about replacing me, it's like, when Archie was gone, I mean, I spent so much money on that dog because I was attached to him and I
Yeah.
wanted him to be good. But then once he was gone, it was like, I don't need to get another dog because it's like I can't justify.
Well, yeah, the dog food and the maintenance of the dog, and then the nail trims and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it all adds up.
Yeah, it does. And that's why you got to make decisions.
Well, Dre, I
Also, it
live all
broke
by
my heart.
myself, nobody else here. And Boone is my only outlet.
I get that, Paul, but I'm saying it. You got to live within your means, and that
Hey,
means
Paul.
you got to make decisions.
Choose squirrels or Boone.
Yeah,
Well, Boone likes to chase the squirrels.
Over $7 for a tin of dog food is ridiculous. I pay £8.50 for 12 tins.
Maybe cut your peanut purchases in half.
I can do that, and then I just go out there twice as often. Joe, you talking to your daughter or your son?
he's on mute.
Oh my
Like I
gosh,
say,
it's already
Paul,
10 o'clock.
that's your life, your decisions. But
Yep.
when you ask us, we're going to tell you the harsh truth about it and say these are things that can be regulated, mitigated, and controlled.
On that note, I'm going to call it.
See, Dre, you started reprimanding him and now he's going to go away.
Everybody have a great day. We'll see all of you again later today.
All right.
Bye.
Bye for now.